Hello, listeners, and welcome to the Smile podcast. I'm Court the Poet, here to bring you another interpretation of a poem I've written. Smile stands for poetry that is spiritual, motivating, intellectual, learning, and entertaining. This poem is called We Will Overcome. It is not the traditional protest song, but it speaks to the strength, endurance, and resiliency of Black America. Through racism, pressure, injustice, and hate, we continue to survive, create, worship, build, laugh, love, and rise. The world looks in wonder how blacks are not taken under by the unrelenting crushing weight of centuries of racism and hate. They question why we are not in the streets after a lifetime of losses and defeats, asking how much can we bear under a system unjust and unfair. They question how can we be strong while being maligned and wronged. How can we be happy and smile enduring the most challenging miles? People wonder why, in the middle of chaos, uncertainty, political change, and daily pressure, Black people still dance, laugh, vacation, worship, and move with joy. But Black America is a spiritual people. We know our joy comes from God, and even when we are tired, we are still here. So why does society hate us to be happy? Why has Black joy always drawn the ire of some in America? Because our joy is not rooted in circumstance. It is rooted in God, the same God who strengthened our ancestors for every battle and every wilderness season continues to sustain us today. My poem says it this way. It is the strength that can be found when our cities were burned down. God gave us the strength and will to sift through the ashes and rebuild. Black communities have been burned down, redlined, uprooted, and divided by highways. Families have been forced from homes, land, businesses, and neighborhoods. Yet, and yet again, we have sifted through ashes, rebuilt, and become stronger. Yet, we still can hold heads high as we persevere and thrive. Pelted by storms of racism pounding us asunder, we rock, we weave and tip, but never go under. Like a ship in dangerous waters, Black America has been built by storms or been hit by storms of racism, injustice, and hatred. We may rock, we may weave, we may tip under the pressure, but we refuse to go under. It is that boxer mindset in the ring that blows and illegal punches the world brings. Pain from every blow we may have felt, the dirty punches below the belt. After many attacks we bob and weave, we end the rounds, though fatigued. The crowd jeers, and with hope they shout, we may go down, but never knocked out. And it's like that boxer in a biased match. We taking illegal punches, low blows, false accusations, and injustice. We may be tired, we may be bruised, but no matter how loudly the crowd cheers for us to fail, we do not stay down. How are people of brilliance that shine bright with resilience? Some people of the world say we are low, but we are incandescent and always aglow. And so we are all of these things because we are adorned with God's blessings. And within us, joy resides. People may sneer, their remarks snide. Oops. But what God gives us is never destroyed. What God promises us will never be destroyed. What God promises us will never be void. And God's word is permanent and cast. Last shall be first, and first shall be last. And in the end, when our story is done, we persevered, endured, we will thrive, and we will overcome. In the end, it is our spirituality and our belief in God that keeps us anchored. We stand on God's word. We see miracles, breakthroughs, and inner peace that no attack, no law, and no act of discrimination can take away. God's word is never void in our lives. He keeps his covenants. He will bring us through the wilderness and chaos of this world. And in the end, we will overcome. And this concludes this episode of the S.M.I.L.E podcast. Stay tuned for more poetry and episodes that are spiritual, motivational, intellectual, learning-centered, and entertaining. Out.